Greetings, everybody. Welcome, Ops Experts Club. How you doing?
Great.
I'm swell.
Well, I'm great. I can live with that. Fun to hear. Well, thanks for joining me today, as you do most weeks. Nice to have you all here. We didn't have a guest last week. Cancellations and couldn't confirm a last minute spot fill in, so we were blank. Therefore, we have nothing to discuss about last week's guest.
Just
Except for
pretend
that
they
they're
were-
missing.
Or we could all say it was a really good episode. Flawless.
It's too bad everybody missed it, man.
Everybody, including us. It was so good. We don't even know what happened.
Yeah. So this week we'll talk about some fun stuff instead. I know we have some nice fun things planned for you. But before we get started, have I ever told you guys about one of my big pet peeves in some of this online work we're doing?
I don't know if you have. What is
Well,
it,
let
Terry?
me tell you then. Picture this, right? You're a successful multi-million-dollar company. You're making $5,000 offers. People are buying them up. You have tons of customers. Everything's running great.
Dream.
You need something from your customers. You need to get maybe some shipping addresses or some kind of fulfillment. They need to fill out a form for you to get those details. So in the haste of speed and not wanting to purchase a little app, you decide to set up a nice little Google form to get all that information from your customers. And you send it out. And now all your customers are going to a Google form, fill in something you need after spending $5,000 with you. Doesn't sound like a lot. Some people might think I'm just complaining. We can all get too heavy in the apps, you can end up with like 25 different SaaS products you're paying for. But one thing we forget is anytime your customer is engaging with you, it is marketing. Anytime they're opening a link, anytime they're filling out a form, this is all marketing. Marketing doesn't just happen to get them in, it happens when you're keeping them in as well. And so we just send out this little form. Maybe people don't notice. I certainly notice. I'm not sure if you guys notice.
Oh yeah.
You notice quality right off the bat. But I feel like where someone might get confused too is as they're watching this and we're shaming them for using a Google form. They might be like, well, what are you talking about? I pay for Google Suite. Like I pay for it. You don't. Like Google Forms is not part of your paid Google Suite. Like Google Forms, any old Joe off the street can be like, I want to make a form. I'm gonna have people sign up for something.
Mhm.
So you're not paying for it. That's not one of your Cadillac features of your paid Google Suite. So don't be confused there.
First thing I think when I see it is like, is this legit? Like it's a weird like thing, like it doesn't seem professional almost. So like the minute I go to one, I go, I don't know if I want to put my email in that.
Am I sending my personal information to the Nigerian prince who's promising me $10,000? Like
Exactly.
Yeah, there's just an air of it of illegitimacy to I think to me. I mean, depending obviously, like if it's a $5,000 product, absolutely. If you're like, collecting
you're setting up for snack circle for your kid's soccer team.
Yeah, exactly. Or like a bake sale or something.
Yeah, exactly. The issue that I have, is Google Forms. They're not customizable. You can't brand them to yourself. You can't make them look nice. You can't set up a redirect URL afterwards. There's just those little things where like you want to create a nice branded experience and it's not doing it. But Google Forms still great. I'll show you guys an example. When we do use Google Forms, we use them a lot internally, and they're awesome. So we set them up for internal team, especially working cross-department if you don't have a project management tool already, because a lot of those tools have built-in forms that turn into tasks. If you don't have that already, Google Forms for internal is great. We use this for a tech team. You have a new tech request, so it doesn't get lost in Slack or an email. It can go to a Google form, which goes to a Google Sheet. We can manage the tasks there, and all the resources and assets are in one place. But if you as you can see in the preview. This is like what you get. You can put an image in there. That's it. Can't resubmit, can't get rid of the branding,
Yep.
nothing like that. The one form option we've used previously was Wufoo. I know a lot of great results come from Wufoo.
Woohoo.
Fun form builder. We'll look at some other options too. And I think one of the things we like about Wufoo compared to some of the other ones is you can have it all on one page, or you can split it up to pages. So you can have a chunk of questions and then hit next and go to the next chunk, or you can just have it all on one page so they know exactly what they're filling out right then and there.
That's nice.
You know, call applications are great. It's just easy. Fancy Pants, it's got a section named Fancy Pants. You go wrong with that.
They're talking my language.
Yeah, somebody's doing something right there. So it's great. And then they do have some pretty awesome, I don't think I can do it here because it's a free account, but some pretty awesome branching and logic.
Ooh.
Mhm.
I like when they can
field,
do logic.
age, form. Yeah. So you can have a question hidden, and then it only shows up if they answer something above that makes it show up. So if this is this, then show this question. If not, hide this question or go to next page. So you can break it up that way. And then of course, you got your results, which I think I have to go back to the forms, and you can see entries, which I probably won't show, but you can go your entries. You can go to integrations and put your entries into a Google Sheet. You can download, you can plug it into Zap. I like it. It's clean, it's simple, it's got the redirect URL after submit. You can even have email notifications go to the person who submitted it. Be like, thanks for submitting our form. All built in Wufoo. And like I said, I'm on the free plan. 4 out of 5 forms, 1,000 entries a month.
1,000?
Or 100.
Pretty good.
Did I say
Wow.
100? Oh, 100 entries a month.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
like, dang, that's 1,000. That's great.
But
100 for free, ain't bad.
yeah, but for only $14 a month, you get your branding, email, and automations.
And the logic, I feel like, is such a great, I mean, I guess it depends on what kind of questionnaire you're looking at, but it's like, if you're needing to collect certain kind of payment or certain kind of information based on what product they bought, like maybe there's one that's like a fully digital product that you still need information from them on. And then maybe there's another option that's like, they get like a bonus box or something with it. And then, so depending on if they answer like yes or no, then it would take them to a different part of the survey where they could put in like their additional address information. So having like those logic steps is really nice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. This is a cool new feature by Wufoo. You can accept payments on the form
Ah,
if you pay for professional. So that's pretty cool. I will say, compared to maybe with some we're going to be looking at later, not a ton of plugins available. Like I said, baseline. I would recommend this if you just need something. You just want to start sending out your unbranded form, especially onboarding forms. You see that a lot. Do you make a sale? You want to send out a form to collect a bunch of onboarding information. Great forms for that. But I know Ben's going to show us one next. And, the biggest gripe I'd hear about it that people like Wufoo more is you can see all the questions in one page. Simple. Some people like the workflow of moving. Ben, you want to show us what you got with that's geared towards that?
yes. I would say probably the biggest name in online forms, one of the bigger, of course, Typeform. I think just about every client we've worked with has used Typeform in one way or the other. Just because it is super simple. The only feature it doesn't have, which I do like about that Wufoo, is being able to have everything on a page. In Typeform, each question is individual to one page. So if you like that, great. but you can't put more than one question per page, like you could with a Wufoo. But it's super easy, very user friendly when it comes to creating, whatever sort of quiz or survey or onboarding thing you might like too. I do like also all of their pre-made contact info stuff in here. So if you're connecting it to a Google Sheet, or if you're zapping it into your CRM, for example, it's going to grab all those fields really easily. They do also, which I didn't even realize until today, they have a payment option as well.
Awesome.
Never looked at that before, but it's super simple. And you can just one-time purchase through it. You just connect your Stripe account, or I believe PayPal. So you could just throw out like even a, like a customer experience survey, and at the end of it, even upsell them if you want to, and say, hey, would you like to purchase this product if you like it so much, or send them like a freebie along with this type form. And as they fill out the type form, they say, I really like the freebie you gave me. You can go, oh, well, here's a upsell at the end. Do you want to buy one of our other products? So super great. I don't think I've never seen, at least in my work with our clients in the past, anybody really capitalizing this, but you could, if you got smart with it. It's a great way, I think, to pull payments. Another thing I like about Typeform right now is, just like everybody else, they're getting into the AI game. So if you don't really want to like create your own form and trying to figure out all of the questions you should drop in, they've just dropped this in beta. It'll pretty much ask you what you're looking for, and then it'll generate the form for you. And then it's a lot easier, because then you can just go in and edit a few, questions that you might want to edit out yourself, but you don't have to go through the work of creating the whole, 30 question contact, survey, anything like that. So like a customer feedback survey, for example, and then I can go in and add a specific question like, was my product too expensive? And it'll take that question and it'll drop it in as well. You can drop in a little bit about your business. I don't know, I just ignore that. But then it'll just populate a survey for you. And like I said, if you like what they populate it with, you're good to go. Or you can, change out some of the questions if you want as well, to what maybe you might want some more. And just like Wufoo too, they also have, branching logic. If they, if they say, if they answer that it was quality that they like the most, I can drop in another question with branching logic to take them to a question asked specifically what was the quality that they liked about, the product or whatever it is. And then at the end, I just drop in a payment question and upsell them.
I want to see someone turn, okay, so back up. The AI thing is like amazing. That's really cool. Typeform's actually like my favorite, because I feel like it's the sexiest. Like you can make every page like so fun, and every question you could pick a picture with it, or you could just do it with your branding. And I love that you can customize so much on it. But I want to see someone use this and make a funnel, because you're isolating someone into every question that you're asking them that you would ask them in a funnel. And then basically like the person has if you're using logic, the person can actually get out of it pretty fast. If they're like, nah, man, like, I know you're trying to sell me on something, like, get me out. But like, if they're answering the questions and they're getting into it, you can like direct them into different, like logic, sales, what do they call it? The talk back things, the talking points when they have fears and everything. Like you can like walk them through that in a form and then take them to the purchase at the end if they win the game. Like I want to see that done.
Yeah, you really could. I mean, even just a simple question of like, would you be interested in purchasing this upsell? They say yes, whoop, straight to the sales page. They say no.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Well, here's why. Yeah, that's genius. You definitely could be. I mean, you basically it hosts like a funnel that's just they enter through a link, you get an opt-in and everything like that. So you could do that. And then obviously with the paid plans, you get the ability, of course, to swap out the branding for your branding. With business and enterprise, you actually get a lot. Facebook pixels, Google Analytics, all of that's tied in. The great thing about Typeform too is it integrates with just about anything these days. So there's a lot less that you need to do through Zaps. You still can, but you can connect it to just about anything and everything these days, whether it's straight to a Google Sheet, HubSpot, Analytics, Pixel, Teams, Notion, Slack, just about everything it'll integrate with, which is nice. You can send your information just about anywhere you might want to without having to, if there's not somebody on your team who knows how to use Zaps very well, or they're not that tech savvy, you can just go Google Sheet, you drop in the link to your Google Sheet and it starts pushing information over, which is really nice. But yeah, Typeform, I like it a lot. It's simple to use, and I think the more I get into it, the more I realize, like you were saying, Savannah, like you could go like real deep with that if you wanted to.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to play with that a lot. Like I don't have anything to sell right now, but I want to figure out how to like walk someone through a little customer journey. I think that would be a blast.
I mean, and that's honestly, that's like the cheapest funnel builder right there you could probably use.
Yeah, and it already links with your Infusionsoft. So there you go. You take the payment, the customer purchase is already in Infusionsoft. Like I don't know obviously how that would work on the back end, but like I see a lot of potential there, man. I don't know. Every question's a landing page, man. I don't know. It could be really cool.
And you can even drop, images and I believe video as well onto those question pages. So treat it just like a VSL if you wanted to.
Mhm. Yeah, you can have a Calendly plugin too, so you can book a call. I really like the branching and logic Typeform is great because you can add scores to questions.
Yep.
You can have rated questions, and then based on the point value at a certain point, you can redirect their ending. So we use it a lot for book a call funnels. So you want to like ask specific questions based on the answer to those questions, they can go straight to the sales team to book a call, or they don't. So then the sales team is getting more vetted applications, has, higher quality leads just because the questions filtered them out and didn't send them to the book a call link because they didn't qualify.
Yep. Great.
I wonder, the scoring thing is, I wasn't even thinking about the scoring thing because another way that entrepreneurs really often use form builders is for like personality quizzes where they're like, what kind of accountant are you? So they know like what, basically so they can give you a score and then they can upsell you into their course. But that's only possible with scoring. So I wonder, because obviously Typeform does it. So I wonder what all, like now I want to go and look through, maybe I'll like put in our Facebook post as a comment or whatever, like which ones have the scoring system. Because I feel like that's actually a really important feature that I did not take the time to look into while I was looking at my form builder.
And Typeform scoring is actually really in depth. I just actually finished a Typeform with really complicated scoring for one of our other clients. And you can, even in the logic of the scoring, you can say, if answer this, add 5 points to this answer or remove 5 points from this answer. So you can shuffle them around even in the logic of the math of the score as they go. It's pretty in depth.
Wow, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Like you're giving context to other questions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you can, like I said, with some fancy code, you can send them to a different redirect URL based on answers to questions.
Yep.
So that when it ends, it goes to a different page completely.
Yep.
Instead of the ending page, because it's easy to do by just creating 2 ending pages. But if you have your own custom pages you want them to redirect to, you can do that.
Lots of great stuff.
I like it. Well, thanks for showing us Typeform. I love Typeform. We use it all the time. Like I said, all of our clients use it. It's awesome. Savannah, I think you've got one for us too.
I do. And now I wish that we made Ben go last because I feel like that was like that was the best. So I looked into Jotform, which I feel like is kind of, there's some Typeform user, like the use, I'll just show you. Jumping in there and using it feels kind of similar to Typeform, but the overall look and feel is very Google formy. So let's just jump in. I'm going to change my focus here so I don't get any random text messages while we're talking. There we go. So something that I liked about Jotform was, and I think that every form builder can pretty much do this. I just liked how user friendly and just like right there it was. So you can split things up by your team. So if your company's really robust and you have like different forms for every department, you can split it up that way. But like in our case, where we're serving a lot of different clients, you can have a different section of forms for each of your clients within there, which was kind of nice. And it's really easy to toggle in between them. So if you're helping a lot of businesses and you just want to try and keep everything straight, that was to me really nice. And then making a form was super easy, but like we touched on with Google Forms and stuff, it's all just a 1-page thing, which is fine. But I love like the type form. I love like going through the journey in a survey. Like I like some production value in my surveys if I'm going to take my time to like give someone my information. So like this is great if you're just trying to get someone's information. They have a lot of templates to choose from, which is really nice. So you can kind of get an idea on what you're doing. Even in the free version, they allow you to, put your branding on there and stuff. They ask you as soon as you're creating the form. So you can do an order form here. Information request, customer satisfaction, and it'll ask you what your organization is like as you're even starting. So you can put in your company logo and your organization name. So that's all like synced up with the form before you even get started. And then, so I think I put in, I'll just put in a random. That's a Fabricon. Don't do that. We'll do that one. So I already plugged in our logo at one point, but I think this one is just like whatever their logo is, put it in there. But you can see it's not really a sexy form. You can change the color of the background, you can change the color of this, you can change the color of the button. So like you can change colors and stuff, but you can do that in Google Forms too. It's not really anything really nice. So I feel like with Typeform, I've gotten spoiled where it's like you can design all of it like it's a landing page, like you can really get in there, which can take a lot of time. So if you're trying to do something quick and dirty, then like Typeform is probably not the one that you want. And this one is probably more of what you want. But, and then working with it was really easy. Just click the little plus sign. It gives you all the options to click things in. And then once you click it in, pretty standard, you can click and drag it wherever. So pretty easy to work with.
It looks like it might actually even have more field options than Typeform does. Like there's a fill in the blank stuff. I mean, there's your basics down there, but it looked like there was even more than Typeform had. Yeah, input table.
They don't label it fancy pants, so it's like a point mark there. But yeah, even section collapse, page break. So like. It's definitely better than Google Form. It's just, you can take payments. So Square, PayPal, Stripe, never heard of Braintree. So I'm not familiar with that one. PayPal Pro, Venmo, Cash App, Apple Pay, Google Pay, Molly. I don't know that one either. They got all kinds of ways that you can pay on here. So if you're dealing with international things, that might be something that you want that like, it seems like there's things that maybe aren't like USD based.
That was a Stripe ACH plugin. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
That's cool.
So for invoicing, this could be probably really nice for invoicing, in which case you don't really want things to be really sexy anyway. Because people just want to know what's going on. So also I just wanted to show you, I just opened it up right here. They integrate with so many things right off the bat as well. So again, if you don't have like a computer person on your team that's like super into Zap, then like you might already have everything that you need in their native integrations to get you going. I just kept clicking see more, and then it just like kept going.
It definitely seems like Jotform's the beefier like form. Like Typeform's maybe the prettier one, but Jotform's got, I mean, it looks like they have everything.
Yeah, so I feel like you could serve whatever like utilitarian purpose you need with Jotform. It's just not going to take your customer on the spiritual journey that I love about Typeform. Like Typeform, you're giving your customer an experience, But like if you're trying to get a job done, then like Jotform might be the best one for that. Like
Interesting.
look at all these. This is insane. And it's just like still going. And then even at the bottom, I still clicked to see more. And it didn't even tell me that there wasn't more. It just said, please wait. So I'm like, is there more? And you just like, did I like fry your brain trying to get like it has so much it can't load it all. So so there's
Wow.
that. I'd say it's really easy to use. And then yeah, like it can do a lot of crap.
Yeah, that's definitely more robust than I knew about. Holy cow.
And then their pricing, you do have a free starter, and it's the same as Wufoo, I think, like almost to a T. It's the same starting, 100 submissions, 1,000 form views. You can even take payments on their free version, so that's kind of interesting. That's not typical, I don't feel like.
Yeah.
And one user, you have to go if you're doing anything medical, you do have to go with their Cadillac option. I think that's pretty typical too, just because there's so much extra steps that they have to do. But even if you wanted the fancier thing, $20 a month, 25 forms, like I feel like you can get a lot done with 25 forms and 1,000 submissions. So
I mean, shoot, even on the free version, like if my buddy owes me $50, I'll just send him a Jotform and be like, just pay through here.
yeah, they're like in France and they're like, I can only use this obscure banking platform so that I don't pay outrageous exchange fees. Like,
Yeah.
let me set you up a Jotform. I have a way. So, I mean, I don't know what it costs to have an account with the banking thing that you would be setting it up with, but
Yeah,
True.
they'll get their cut for sure.
But yeah, if you're a small business and you only have a couple of products and you're just trying to, kind of get started on some things like,
Yeah,
You
I
can
like Dropform. I've gotten to use it a few times now with the client, and it's pretty robust. They make some
and
nice
the
form.
templates is the templates is really nice too. I feel like they give you a lot of templates to get started with. So if you don't want to spend a lot of time trying to build something out.
Mm-hmm.
Even just that order form template that you scrolled past there earlier was like, that's great. Like if I don't want to have to build an order form, I just plug in my whatever payment processor and send it
Plug
off.
in a couple
It's
pictures of
awesome.
your products.
Yeah.
There you go.
Whoa. Oh,
That's-
that's cool.
And how you want to pay, it's already all in there for you. So you just change a couple of the details, what specifically you want. So
That's cool.
That is nifty. Yeah, so instead of having to just pay for a Shopify or something, you can create your own Shopify.
you can in
Yeah.
a form. Oh, now I'm thinking about some stuff.
Mhm.
I got some ideas.
I mean, theoretically, like if you're a small business and then just use some Google Sheets as your CRM, you're capturing all the information. You've got their shipping, their billing, all of that. If you need to, ship out a physical product.
You could get started like basically for free. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's pretty great.
Interesting. Everybody's wheels are starting to turn.
Like, how can I use this today? Gonna create a funnel on Typeform, gonna set up a separate product option invoice page on Jotform.
Wow.
That's cool.
I mean, this was a silent killer. I didn't realize it had so much to it.
Seriously.
I'm actually very excited right now because I was feeling kind of ashamed to following up a Typeform there. So I feel like we surprised everyone. Yay.
That was cool. Yeah, so I mean, forms, not the most exciting thing to talk about. Just remember, how are you marketing to your customers before and after? Really speaks to you. You spend in the few extra minutes, few extra dollars to do it this way. And also, do you have enough time to put it together? Or is it like, we need this 5 minutes ago?
Mhm.
So that could be an issue too. Yeah, if you like forms too, let us know. If you're interested in needing any help in Typeform, maybe you want that super cool special book a call funnel with all the branching and logic of questions and everything, we are happy to help. Let us know. So also, if you have any other form recommendations. Let us know in the comments too. Always looking for other recommendations. Excited to see what other people are using.
Yeah.
Savannah, Ben, any last words?
I got excited about forms. We joked about getting excited about forms, and here I am. I'm excited about forms. So
Yeah, I didn't realize how excited I was until we started going through this. I was like, hold on, this is kind of fun.
it's a sign we're in the right place. Hopefully, we're talking to the right people that are also excited about forms, but we know that us three are in the right place right now.
Well, awesome. Thanks y'all for sharing with us. Appreciate seeing you again. And we'll see you again next week, Thursday, 10 a.m. Pacific time, Ops Experts Club.